It's 2 a.m. I'm in the ER with my mom. And the nurse comes in and tells my mom that my brain is bleeding. Now, I don't know if I'm going to die in 5 days or 5 minutes. But I did not clear my browser history. If you laughed at that joke, then you get my dark sense of humor. I'm a stand-up comedian, and that's just one of the jokes I tell on stages all over the world, and now on a giant red dot, about that one time that I almost died. Oh, that? I'll explain that later. Or maybe I won't, I haven't really decided yet. My dad likes to play this game with me. At least I think it's a game. I'm not really sure. He likes to watch a lot of documentaries about comedians, and he'll pull me into the dining room, living room, and he'll say, "Hey, Mimi, look at this comedian. They're dead now." Oh, this one? Overdose. This one? Also overdose. And it goes on and on and on. Now, maybe he's onto something here. Turns out in 2015, a group of researchers out of the UK did a study, and it's called, "Does Comedy Kill?" Not a joke, it's a real study that people did. And they found that elite comedians who are really good at their craft, they actually have a higher chance of dying younger than those who are not as good at comedy due to mental health issues and trauma and things that probably make them pretty good at comedy. It's true, comedians are pretty messed up. I won't lie about that. You won't find a single member of the SNL cast, past or present, RIP, who doesn't have some kind of trauma going on. And comedians use their humor to deflect that trauma. Because if they can get you to laugh at it, it makes them feel just a little bit better about what they're going through. I do this too. Yeah, I'm guilty. When I got out of brain surgery, I woke up and found that I had a catheter. Now that's pretty common medical practice, but to a 22-year-old, that's pretty creepy. I was very scared, but what did I do? Oh, I told my friends it was my secret potty device. Yeah. Not a single person was allowed to come in that room until I told them about it. I was like, "Hey, watch out for that bucket. I'm peeing in it. Oh. I don't know if there was a bucket. I really don't. I have no clue. There was the time when, I lost 20 pounds of muscle mass pretty much overnight. Got really skinny. What did I tell my friends? I was on the brain diet. Yeah, who is she? Maybe it's Maybelline, maybe it's a cavernous angioma, I don't know. And we can't forget the fact that over the course of a month, I lost functionality in half my body. And my friends had to walk me around the block to keep me from atrophying. And when I say walk, I do mean drag my carcass down the street. And I figured, it's a great opportunity to get them to role play with me and replay that scene out of Forrest Gump. From his running days, right? I'm tired now. I want to go home. And then I make them all go, "Oh no, we're in the middle of a desert. How do we get home?" Yeah, we are at the mailbox. Yeah. So that is what I chose to do. And some of my friends actually didn't know I was sick in the first place. Yeah, somebody give this girl an Oscar, okay? I fooled them all. See, while I was out there having fun making those jokes, I skipped about 95% of my trauma just by getting some uncomfortable sounds out of friends, family, and those interns changing out my catheter. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Oh, it was so crazy, you guys. I can't even tell you how crazy it is. See, the truth is, laughter is not the best medicine. Yeah, it's not. It's actually a gateway drug. And like any other drug, it is crazy addictive. Yeah, see, this whole time, anytime you've been making any kind of laughter, I'm like, yes! It feels so good! I feel like I'm like just doing crazy stuff out here. Okay? It's very addictive. Yeah. And it's interesting that my friends and family didn't know that I was as sick as I was actually as I was. Because if I was up here on stage and I was snorting heroin or shooting cocaine, I don't know if that's how you do those drugs, okay, I'm gonna be honest. If I was doing that, first of all, you'd be like, why are you doing that on a stage? That's weird. But also, you'd be worried about me, wouldn't you? At least one of you in the audience would call up my mom, who's in the first row, and tell her that I've gone off the rails. Okay? Now, I did not always know that laughter was not the best medicine. I actually found out pretty recently. So I'm a touring comedian now. Oh, hold your applause. Oh no, it couldn't possibly. Okay. And I was headlining a show, and I went on a date after the show. And I was telling my date about that joke, right? The one I told at the very top of this talk. The, oh no, I hope people don't find the weird stuff I've been Googling joke. And I started ugly crying. No, that's not right. Ugly weeping, yes. You know when it's so ugly and your chins are like up there, you're like, I almost died, I'm so scared. Yes, that's what I was doing. And it hit me then, finally then. I'm not over this. Not even a little bit. See, that trauma I skipped while I was busy becoming a comedian, it's still here. It never really went away. Yeah, crazy, right? Now, I got all kinds of therapy when I was in rehab. Not that kind of rehab. I don't do drugs, okay? I got all kinds of rehab. I got therapy, physical therapy, okay? I got occupational, speech, the kind of therapy where they make you do third grade math problems and ask you why a train left the station at 10 a.m. Why are we doing this? Who even rides a train anymore? I would rather get hit by a train than solve this math problem. I don't know. I got all kinds of therapy, just not for right here. My favorite story as a child was called The Monster at the End of This Book. Yeah, you know it? Yeah, it's a good one. And in it, there's this cute little blue guy named Grover, and he decides that he does not want to meet this monster. He's like, oh no, I don't want to read this book. No, I don't need to meet a monster. Why don't we just read Harry Potter, okay? No. You don't need to turn the page. It's fine. I don't need to know. And you're kind of a jerk, and you don't care about monsters, so you just keep turning the page and turning the page and turning the page. He's like, no, please stop. You're gaslighting me. Stop. And you finally get to the end of the book, and it's not a monster at all. It's just Grover. Cute little blue Grover. He's adorable. He couldn't hurt a fly. And it took me forever to realize this, but I think I'm actually Grover. Yeah, I think I've been terrified of facing myself, of sitting with those really uncomfortable, vulnerable, icky feelings that are just below the surface of those very dark jokes I tell. I mean, talk about self-sabotage. Now, I am not suggesting that we stop comedy. My jokes are funny even if you don't laugh at them, okay? But I do think there's some opportunities here and maybe some alternatives. If you're going through trauma, a brain injury, divorce, you lost your house, maybe you got hit by that train that left the station at 10 a.m. It is okay to not be okay for a while. maybe a long while. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to go to therapy. And it's necessary to seek out community. You know, maybe there are other Grovers out there who are terrified of turning that page. And maybe we can all hold each other's hands and we can face ourselves. You guys want to see me put it on? It's gonna look weird, I'm just warning you. You guys want to clap while I'm doing it? Now, I'm not going to stop telling jokes, okay? But I am going to keep going to therapy. Yeah, and I am going to start taking myself just a little bit more seriously. As the kids say on TikTok, thank you for attending my TED Talk.